Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Hunters. For those unaware as to what Star Wars Hunters is, it's a brand new free-to-play multiplayer competitive arena combat game coming to the Nintendo Switch and mobile later this year. With it being free-to-play and on mobile, this game will no doubt have microtransactions of some kind, which is understandable as they will need to make money back from this project, and that's what I really want to be discussing today. Now, if you want to stay up to date with all the news with Star Wars Hunters along with discussions and more, then be sure to subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any more videos. Microtransactions have a bitter past in the Star Wars community with the whole Battlefront 2 launch fiasco, and we obviously don't want to see a repeat of that with some other company. For those unaware of the Battlefront 2 launch situation, when the game initially released for the Deluxe Edition, it had loot boxes in the game which gave players a competitive advantage. Put simply, it was a pay-to-win system, and of course that's something no one likes. The loot boxes were taken away by the time the game officially launched 3 days later. However, this meant that DICE had to spend several months working on a new progression system, which delayed content and changed plans. The reputation of the game, DICE and EA were tarnished, and still to this day some people think that the pay-to-win system is still in the game, even though it's been clearly stated for a very long time now that it isn't. With all that said, Boss Alien, Natural Motion and Zynga really need to make sure that they avoid this same mistake. Battlefront 2 got ripped to shreds at launch, and to this day it still holds the record for the most downvoted Reddit comment of all time by a very considerable margin. If all of this previous stuff with EA is anything to go by, then I'd like to hope that Zynga has seen these mistakes of the past and doesn't follow suit. I'd also like to think that considering this was a PR disaster for Lucasfilm as well, they'll be getting involved in some way to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again, because I'm telling you right now that if Star Wars Hunters is played with a pay-to-win system of any kind, then it will get ripped to shreds by pretty much everyone, whether that's the press, content creators or the community in general. We've been there before with Battlefront 2, we don't ever want to go there again, so if we do, then people will rise up against it. Now, I'm not saying that microtransactions shouldn't be in the game, because at the end of the day, it's how they're implemented which is the bad thing. If it's a pay-to-win system, then obviously that's bad, and I personally hate the whole pay to get your energy back up or wait 8 hours to replenish it. I understand it, but I'm just not a huge fan of it, especially for a game like the way Hunters seems, so I hope that Hunters also avoids this energy system. Microtransactions that are only for cosmetic purposes are absolutely fine, whether that's for skins in an item shop or a battle pass system. Cosmetic only microtransactions is a system that's been tried and tested for a large number of games over the last few years, most notably battle royales. In Fortnite, for example, you can buy V-Bucks, which will then grant you the ability to buy a skin should you have enough of them, or you could even buy the battle pass, which will give you a whole host of cosmetic content and enough V-Bucks to buy the next battle pass. That battle pass system is now used in all kinds of games, and it works really well. You could pay £8 for your first battle pass, but then if you complete every season, then you'll essentially be able to get the next battle pass for free, as you would have got enough of the premium currency. When Battlefront 2 reintroduced microtransactions, it was done in the best way possible in my opinion. It was cosmetic only, and the skins themselves weren't locked behind paywalls either. To get every skin in the game, you could very easily grind the game for hours and eventually have enough credits to buy the skins. Or if you didn't want to grind, then you could spend real money on crystals and buy the skin then and there. It gave everyone the option to grind or get the skins straight away. It's as consumer friendly of a system as it could be, and I hope that if we do see more Star Wars games get microtransactions in the future, we get a system like Battlefront 2 did at the end. Going back to Star Wars Hunters, this is a free-to-play game, so they will need to monetize it in some way, but what way ultimately would be best? Well, as of me making this video, we pretty much know nothing about this game yet, so I can only speculate. Like I said before, hopefully there's no pay to win system, as obviously that would be very bad for both the players and the companies involved. And I also hope that there isn't an energy system, which means I can only play 5 matches before having to wait 4 hours to be able to play again. Considering this game is coming to Switch as well, I have faith that this won't be the case, but only time will tell. Obviously, we barely know anything about this game at the moment, so I don't know what features there will be. I have no idea whether there will be cosmetic options for the characters or even player identity as well. There could be no cosmetics at all, so it's really hard to say what they should and shouldn't do. If there are cosmetics in the game, then I really wouldn't mind seeing microtransactions for them, and I wouldn't mind seeing a battle pass system either. I personally don't like spending my money on getting one single skin, so if they do have cosmetics, hopefully they're not locked behind paywalls. However, if they have a battle pass system, then I'm all for it. I always enjoy playing Fortnite each season to get all the content, so a battle pass in a Star Wars game should keep me invested for a long time, assuming the game is good of course. Over the last few days I've seen a lot of concern that because this game is coming from Zynga, it will be played with microtransactions and have a pay to win system and all of that. And whilst I obviously have no idea how it's going to be, I think it's important to not jump to conclusions on this. We can't let previous errors and experiences get in the way of this game and our excitement for it. I'm personally very excited to see what this game is all about, and I'm hoping it won't be plagued by microtransactions, but if it is, then I'll be very vocal about it and I'll give my constructive feedback. Microtransactions at the end of the day aren't necessarily a bad thing, especially for a free-to-play game. It's just how they're implemented which is the problem. As I was saying earlier, I hope they've learned from EA's mistake with Battlefront 2, and hopefully they won't follow in those footsteps, as it's something they can very easily avoid, and ultimately it's something they must avoid, otherwise they'll get in a lot of heat with a lot of people. Anyway guys, that is it from me today. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. I'm personally quite excited for this game, however I do remain cautious as well. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.